turned their backs on God, lost home, families, children, businesses, and wound up back in the mire from which God pulled them out of years ago. Why? Because they never come to understand the difference between infatuation and true love. They never really come to understand that there are conditions to our love. There are conditions to God's love. Some people are going to fail those conditions. The pastor is going to make a mistake and he's going to fail. The church board, they're going to make a mistake and they're going to fail. The person to whom they admire the most in the church is going to make a mistake and fail. And if they aren't upon the solid rock of the foundation of the conditions of love, and that is, I love the Lord God Almighty with all my heart, my mind, and my soul. I love Him. I'm in love with Him. I love Him. And if it's just, He loves me so much, He loves me so much, and when the volcano erupts, and the earthquake hits, and the storm and the floods hit that person's life, the devastation is great. Because they never truly met the condition of how much I'm in love with Him, and not just, I know how much He loves me. Somebody say amen.
Amen.
John chapter 10. Again, Jesus is speaking. John chapter 10, verse 17. Now we're looking at the relationship between the Father and the Son. And I want to reiterate that these things aren't just automatic. God's grace and His mercy is not just automatic. There are conditions to His grace and His mercy. When we meet those conditions, His grace and His mercy is automatic. But now we see the relationship between the Father and the Son. John chapter 10, verse 17. Therefore doth my Father love me. That's Jesus talking. Because, here again is a condition. My Father loves me because, the Son is saying, I am meeting the condition for my Father's love. And the condition is that I lay down my life. And if I will lay down my life of my own free will, my own free choice, then I've been given the promise that I can take it again. No man takes it from me. Now, again, I don't want to get too deep into my Easter message, but just to understand love. For the joy that was set before Him. Love looked into the future and saw something. He looked into the future and Jesus saw something. A joy that He hadn't had. A joy that He hadn't yet experienced in His eternity. And that joy that was set before Him was so potent, was so powerful. Listen to this now. That He drew on that vision of love that was set before Him and brought it into His current circumstance because he went through what he went through all by himself. Again, I don't want to preach my Easter message, but maybe I will just a little bit. See, folks, understand this, and I'm going to close with this. My Father loves me because I meet the condition. And the condition is that I'm going to, of my own free will, lay down my life. But it's not just of my own free will. The Lord got no help. Listen to this now. When the Roman soldiers came to capture Jesus, and Judas kissed him on the cheek, betrayed him, the Lord said, dude, go do now what you're going to do, because it's just been best you've never been born, given what you just did. Peter grabbed a sword and began to defend the Lord, and went to cut off a soldier's head, missed the head, and cut off his ear. And then the Lord said this. Now, folks, see it in your mind. When Peter took that sword from the Roman soldier, 12 legions of angels stood just in a close proximity of what was going on, with swords in their hands. And when Jesus looked at Peter and said, Peter, lay down your sword, those 12 legions of angels dropped their swords. And the Father spoke to his Son when the Son said, whom seeks you? And they said, Christ. And they all fell down as dead. The Father spoke to his Son and said, I love you because you're going to lay down your life without any help from any angels. And you're going to lay down your life with no help from me. I can no longer help you. Now restore life unto these men. Once again, you're on your own. Folks, that is the reason I stand here and preach to you this morning. That is the reason that I am a preacher of the gospel of Jesus Christ. That is the reason, through thick and thin, through near-death experiences and sicknesses and health and wealth and poverty in all the years of my 61 years of living, that I say to you, I love Jesus so much.
Yes.
I know he loves me. But I'm not here to tell you about how much he loves me. I'm here to tell you about how much I love him. I'm here to tell you how much you're supposed to speak about how much you love him. And the greater the depth of that love that you speak to and how much you love him is going to be what ascends you to heaven in a very short period of time. Jesus, we believe, is coming soon. And he's coming for those who know the Father, and those who know the Son, and those who are baptized and filled in his ever-loving grace, God Almighty. Can you say amen? Every head bowed and eye closed. Heavenly Father, we just love you this morning, Lord. God, as we go now into a portion of our life with one another in our church experience, as we eat together of the abundant food, as we look back over this past year, your gracious, abundant supply to meet all of our needs, and to be present in everything that we did and said, and that you're going to be present in everything that we do and say into the future. God, we give you glory and praise and honor. And I pray your blessing upon this congregation. I pray your blessing, Lord, upon this people. As we are desirous to know you more, to seek you more, to hear your voice louder and clearer. We're desirous to walk in your ways. Lord, once again, be with Chuck and Kay, Lord, in this hour of both death and life. Give them a joy, give them a peace, give them a hope. Let them know they're not alone, Almighty God. Comfort them, we pray, in Jesus' name. Be with those that are sick in body, Lord, that cannot be here today. Lord, may they know for an assurance that this is the Lord's day. There are people of like precious faith who are serving and worshiping and eating and enjoying and fellowshipping together, and they are mindful of that presence, Lord, and they will find joy even in the midst of their sickness, in Jesus' name. And with all of that, we dedicate our lives and our hearts, our minds, our souls, and our spirits, that we would walk in the ways of your truth. Hallelujah. That we would walk in the ways of your love. And it would pour out from us into all those around us in our lives. That there would be an abundance of love to share with so many others who need that touch. Bless this congregation, I pray. And all their families, their homes. As our souls prosper, may we prosper in health. May we prosper in finances. We'll be quick to give you praise for all things. In Jesus' name. And everyone say amen. Let's all stand. Hallelujah.